Hello everyone. So let's start today's game. So this time we are on the white side. So let's try the E4 classical opening. Let's go with the right. So we're trying to get control of the main squares. So essentially you can take that. That's a free pawn there. Trying to like develop other pieces. So I'll just so this is it's a good one structure. So you're creating this so it's kind of they trying something like that. Right. Doing this because to prevent the knight from coming from here to g4. There is potential attacking here, go here, and he has an extra protection here. So we're going to bring the knight out so that he can protect this and also attack here. Potentially he might bring something like that, and if that's the case, we'll see what he can do. So for now, I'm just bringing this that here, attacking that, and here. We're protecting this pawn on e4. So you can also do something like, yeah, so you kind of wants to move this right away. So you can kind of move the knight here. So you can go here and here. Next we'll be doing this. If it is that, then we can take that. If he takes with the knight, I don't think that's a very good option. So it doesn't seem to be a good one. So probably you can do something like that. You can move the pawn there and bring the bishop to g2, and we can get this in the triangle. So or we can try to uh, do something like that. Okay, probably I should have done something like uh, bringing the queen here so that to protect this pawn instead of trying to bring the knight from here to here. But I kind of feel that okay, so let's see what we can do. So I'm kind of thinking to go here, but it's not a very good position to go to the take the knight to the edge of the board. But it's kind of fine at this position because from here we can actually create tempo over this bishop. So he has to do something like queen or uh, knight d7 or bring the pawn something like that. So let's do that. Okay, so that and now as you can see the board is locked in the center because the pawns cannot move forward. So it's kind of for us it's in the white squares. It's white squares for the opponent it's in the black squares in the black diagonals. So for us it's in the white square diagonals. So the bishop in the white square can't really do much at least for now unless we take this free pawn here. So I'm actually considering taking that so it breaks this pawn structure, these kind of double pawns shouldn't be very good. And I also don't, it is also not, this knight doesn't have so many squares you can work on, so because you cannot come here, to take this, you cannot take that, so knight can't do anything, so I'll just kind of create these pieces with this bishop. So you can take that, and take that, you can take this pawn here, so that we have some space here. So just like that. And probably next we can do something like that, or we can develop our bishop to support this piece. And yeah, try to do that. And or we can also bring our bishop here to bring the knight to the rook. And we can bring the knight here later on, so that he has control over more squares. We can bring the knight here. So getting a tempo, the queen. So we need to actually develop more of our pieces at this point because we are already about 10-15 moves into the game, and I've not yet developed many of the pieces, especially the bishops. So I'm kind of considering we can bring the bishop here and bring the this bishop here and castle on this side. Because as you can see, there is no pawn in the square. If we castle this side, then probably it's going to bring his rook, and the queen is also on this side of the board. So it's kind of safer to castle on the king side. So for now, let's try to develop this bishop here. Let's try to develop the bishop. So let's try to do that here. So probably later on we can bring something like that. I don't know what he wants to do next. But probably he wants to do something like this one. Now I won't do that. So maybe here or try to develop this knight. Yeah. So probably can also bring this pawn here. So we're preventing the knight to come in here, taking for a hidden of the piece. Or he can do something like this one. If he actually came here, getting a tempo here. So we can actually bring this pawn forward. So you can move here or here. Uh, and that also opens this diagonal for the queen here. So we don't really want to move this pawn here. Uh, so if he takes that, then what do we do? So we kind of bring this here and take that, or I don't know, let's just be there. So let's just be there. So for now, we can kind of yeah, we can kind of bring the bishop here, something like that, and takes the queen. I don't know. Uh, maybe that's a good option. Let's bring this here, castle, bring the bishop here, move the pawn, take a tempo, and also discovered type on the queen. Okay, next, but he doesn't have really, he really doesn't have any squares for the knight he's bringing up. Bringing here because the bishop is taking that square there. So probably want to castle right now. So probably is also trying to castle on this side. That's not a very good decision. As you can see, there is no, there's not a pawn here. So there's a missing pawn here. It's kind of fine. I don't know. So it's castle. Probably is going to castle on this side. So that's why I brought this knight outside. Because knight doesn't have any squares, like doesn't do anything here. So you can have castle on the king side. So that's very good. So probably you can bring the bishop there. So the bishop is having good squares. And you can move on here, create a tempo, and a discard attack on the queen. In the next move, we can also bring this here. I don't know what he's trying to do. It's just moving this rook to the square where there is two pawns here. I don't know what his plan was, but that's not a very good move there, I guess. So because you usually want to move the rook to an open file like this one. So when you move that, okay, fine. So let's go with our plan. So let's do that. So now as you can see, we're creating a tempo on the rook and a discord attack on the queen. So if he doesn't see this and he moves the knight, then you're getting a free queen here. He actually moves the queen. So it's kind of taking something like that, takes that, take, and he gets a free pawn here. It's kind of fine. So if you're going to take that, that's a free knight. So it just got a free knight. And yeah, next move we can kind of bring our queen here. So if it takes, we take, we can take back and we're creating a tempo here. And also we're connecting the rook here, so it's probably a good move. And we're getting an open file here. It also means that he can bring the rook here and kind of play a tempo here, which is kind of fine. Or you can kind of bring the knight here. Probably do something like that. And later we can bring the knight here. Oh, but this square is no, this square is protected by the knight, so it's fine. So later we also want to do something like this one. So probably what he's going to do here is I don't know what move is that. Oh, so he brought the knight here to protect the pawn here, probably. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. So we can potentially trade bishops here. I don't want to do that. Let's just be there. So let's let's get a tempo over the queen here. So getting a tempo here and also moving the knights forward. So actually we are running low on time, so we only have 1 minute left. So for some reason. Yeah. So I'm doing this move because you can take the knight. So if he moves away, then you can take this bishop here and in this diagonal here. And this is supported by 2 6. That's what I'm doing this. So later we also want to bring the rook here, something like that, or something like this, and bring this rook in another open file. And we actually want to move the pawns here, but this knight is doing good here. It's controlling the main squares here. Sorry, solid spot. So let's take this bishop, so it's opening this pawn. If it takes the queen, then this is hanging. I don't know, I just lost another bishop. So we are having an additional bishop and an additional knight here. So we are doing pretty good here. So yeah, I know that was coming. So probably going to do something like that. Now it's also time for, oh, I just didn't see the rook here. I only realized, okay, so we can do that in the next move. Okay, so like that. So at any given time, what we want to focus is we want to make moves that is having supporting other pieces, and it is also supporting that, and pieces are supported as much as by other pieces so that you know what we can you know what we're doing. So actually this pawn here is overloaded with two supports. Actually this is also supported by the queen, but it's kind of temporary because queen just keeps moving. So we need a temporary need a support for this bishop. So we need to kind of move the knight somewhere. We need to move the knight, but it's kind of fine here. So let's see. Let's take this pawn. We're also getting a free pawn here. So we're actually running low on time. We only have 50 seconds left. So I don't care if we make any blunders. I'm just going to play fast from now on because yeah, as you can see, the timer has only 50 seconds and the opponent has about 3 minutes left. So I'm taking this one here. Next, I'm trying to push this pawn forward. I'll bring this rook here. Whatever you want. I'll probably take this one, takes this one, and I'll free up the board. And next, I'll probably do this one, do this more there. And you can also making this comic, so probably I'll do that, do this, do that. You can actually take that, fine. You know what I was thinking about that. We'll take that. We are protecting the bishop here, and we also want to create another uh, here. So actually, you can take the rook with the knight. I didn't see that. Oh, I didn't see. I just blundered my queen. It's kind of fine. I don't know. Okay. So I don't know why you just get to realize the moves only after we make. So it's kind of funny. So like when we are kind of making the move, we don't see anything. But right after we make the move, kind of find the actual thing. Like we kind of know what's going to happen. So I don't know how that works, but it's kind of interesting. Okay, so now we are down a queen. So it's kind of pushing me on time probably. I'll just make some moves. I don't care like if it is blunder or something. Just trying to trade pieces of here. So we are having an additional. We're having a bishop and a rook for a queen, and we have so many pawns. So we have to start moving the pawns here. So just start moving the pawns. Okay. So far as the pieces are supported, it's kind of fine. You have to move something like that. You can actually keep a check here. As you can see, it's also running long time, so you only have 30 seconds. And officially French, he has less time than me, so I'm kind of fine with that. So he wants to make some move. So probably I will be winning on time. Yep. So that is it, friends. So we have won the game on time. So I'm probably sure that at the end game, like at the time where we are having lesser time, like I kind of made the blunder. The main one was leading the queen in protected. So yeah, I could have won his queen, but instead my queen was taken. So whatever, because I was just like thinking about the time and I just didn't see that move. So yeah, so anyway, we managed to win the win. So I hope you learned something in this. Yeah. So actually, we actually got a rating. So yeah, we have completed the first five matches and we have got a rating. So rating is 619. So let's see how we can improve this. So I hope you found this very helpful. Thank you for watching.